Me going on to this journey of multi-millions or whatever the case is, went broke 3 times, ups and downs. I'm talking about got to move out on this day because the money ain't finna come on that day. Didn't start getting born to pass $10 million. From the female's perspective, that was in my life. The 8 trips a year, we're doing this and that. This and that. Like, it gets to a point where a certain amount of bags ain't gonna make y'all happy. And just like when bro said, emotional junkies. You know what I'm saying? And that's most women. You know what I'm saying? It's only a few rare women that's not, they can separate logic from emotion. Women respect you most when you have everything. I've done the survey over 100,000 women, damn near every other week, and they always say the same thing. You know what I'm
Last
saying?
last question. We'll go to Athena. Have
Got you.
you did everything ever for a woman and she still was unhappy and still found a way to leave you?
I say yes.
Last week on Ladies First.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We have another panel. Jazz is on the panel, so I'm excited to see it. Let's hop right into it. By the way, stop by, show Fatty's page some love. The link for the video and the description and Fatty's channel is all in the description down below. Hit that like button for me, cost you nothing. Hit that hype, that also costs you nothing, and you would have done 2 great things for me today, and I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into it.
You know, just to touch on that topic, it's pretty funny because it falls in line with everything of what we're saying, right? Because we know at least 70% of women don't know what they want, right? They don't know what they want. And here's a prime example, right? Like, me going on to this journey of multi-millions or whatever the case is, went broke 3 times, ups and downs. I'm talking about got to move out on this day because the money ain't finna come on that day. Now you got to go downgrade your life or whatever the case is. Constant emotions, this roller coaster of trying to figure this shit out to get to a level of life that you truly want to be at. And then you got that rider beside you because it's a lot of the chaos that they got. You got to understand, people are thriving. They're chaos junkies, right? Look at these shows that we watching or whatever the case is. Most of it ran by females. You know, chaos here, want to fight, bad girls club. You got the love and hip hop. You got all those things, and you truly don't know what you want until you have it, right? So, yeah, everybody. I want to be kept. I want to have this successful life. Da da da. Didn't start getting born to pass $10 million. From the female's perspective, that was in my life. You know, oh my God, it's so formulaic. We going to 8 trips a year. We're doing this and that. This and that. Like, it gets to a point where a certain amount of bags ain't gonna make y'all happy. You know what I'm saying? A certain amount of cars ain't gonna make y'all happy. This ain't.
Facts. And that is what Kevin Samuels has been saying. Matter of fact, that's what a lot of people have been saying for a very long time. All these ladies out here trying to be like men. Oh, I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna get the bag, I'm gonna do da da da. Which, by the way, majority of women who talk like that, where are they getting that from? This outlook of success, where are they getting it from? They're getting it from other men. This whole mindset of what they think is success, they're getting it from other men. So women are trying every single day to be more and more like men, and then they wonder why men are saying we don't like this masculine energy. In order for you to go out and do what men do in the world, you have to adopt more masculine energy than feminine energy. And I just don't see how they don't see that, how they don't understand that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This is what Kevin Samuels and all these other people have been saying. You can end Fresh and Fit. You can chase these bags. You can chase all this money and everything. But at the end of the day, it's not going to make you happy. It is not going to fulfill you. It's going to give you an emotional kick, an endorphin rush, dopamine kick. And then you're going to be right back looking for, you're going to be a junkie. Women are emotional junkies. Then they're going to be looking right for their next hit again. This is why they jump from person to person, guy to guy, especially modern women. And they don't jump from good guy to good guy. They jump from bad guy to worst guy to even worse guy to a man who almost puts him in the hospital. It's not until they're like ran through the mud. Then they say, you know what? I want me a good man now.
And then you go look out to your single friends, and they're gonna mention, "Oh, girl, like I just been with this dude in and out of relationships. That washing machine relationships start to get attractive. Chaos. You start to remember that. You start to remember how many emotions it threw you in. Just like when bro said, emotional junkies. You know what I'm saying? And that's most women. You know what I'm saying? It's only a few rare women that's not, they can separate logic from emotion. You know what I'm saying? And those are the women that ends up winning at the end. But most, nah. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from a person who had nothing and had that rider to having everything, because that's when jealousy come in at, and they want to be seen more than the man, not understanding how this is supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? If you have a leader, you can't say, okay, let me take the leadership spot now. No, no, no. The leader has to be in that leadership spot 24/7. You're supposed to be beside that man. You know what I'm saying? Never in front, no matter what is being shown, what cameras is on who. That's the whole Aisha Curry. I had to experience that myself. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that comes from people that hasn't fully grown into who they were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? When
Maturity.
you're not mature, and your emotional intelligence on
Maturity.
tadpole, and you got friends that's not stable at all, all this plays a part. So if a man say cut that friend off, you should do that immediately, because he sees something in that friend that's gonna poison the relationship later on down the line. But most women know that's my day one. That day one cost you a relationship, and now your day one is trying to get with your man. You know what I'm saying?
What are
So
we talking about now?
it's crazy.
Well, I was gonna say, like you said, it didn't get born until after the
I
10
got you,
million
T.
mark. Like you had the cars, you had the bags, da 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 da. Do you feel that cars and bags are what is all that's needed to keep a healthy relationship?
Of course not. That's just something that only people understand up top. If people haven't gotten to that level, you don't understand the leadership, the charisma, the care, the children. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes into that. You know what I'm saying? Most people only stay on the money, because most people only think that money buys those things. You know what I'm saying? That's just the
Yeah, I think that's the
forefront.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the storefront. Remember, it's a lot of stuff in the store, but the storefront says this. When you actually go back behind the store, you see a whole bunch of other things, the intangibles of being in a successful relationship. And I always say it depicts on age too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a firm believer on the day ones, because the day ones are normally the people that actually try to compete with you later on in life, because they feel like you took something from them. You know what I'm saying? I always tell men, get with the woman you want once you get to where you want to be at in life, because
Mm.
that's the woman that's going to respect you for everything that you have done, because that's all they see. If a woman seeing you down and out, she gonna bring that up, because she
Mm.
has nothing else to say to you, because you're already reached a certain pinnacle where the only thing she can say to break you down is that you used to be and who you used to be. And
So
this is
should
coming
we
from
Yeah.
a lot of
So
people.
hold on. No, no,
so
no, no.
should
So
we
the
advocate
problem.
against women holding men down until they come up?
I
I
got
just
you.
say,
It's
I just say,
ultimately what
men.
you're saying.
Yeah. No.
Nah,
No.
listen.
No.
No, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, bro. So again, yeah, I can't. I can't. No, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. 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 That's actually extremely counterintuitive and problematic. Because the woman that only sees you for what you have only wants you for what you have.
Facts.
The woman, at least the woman that was there for you for the journey, has a love and respect for that journey if she's indeed true,
Yes.
of course, right?
Facts.
But
Not
90% of the women that get 90% of the women that get with you, once you get all the money, you get all the fame, you get
They
all the
gonna
clout, you get
leave.
all the, that's the only reason she's there, fam. If you didn't have it, she wouldn't be there.
how, but who says these things? Because remember, when you're there, you
History.
still have to have a level of charisma.
This is what I'm talking about. The history says that. You can look at all these men right now. The women are even saying it now. If he's not earning all this money, then I don't want him. So they don't want to build with you anymore. Papi Chulo is, I understand his heart's in the right place, but I think he is, I don't think he's clear on what he's talking about. And I remember him bragging that he used to be married. He paid for everything. And I remember him bragging on, I can't remember what's the show with Ace Metaphor and Kitty Rose, when they had the falling out or whatever. He was up there and he was bragging about the fact that he took care, he paid all the bills, and all the ladies were screaming and clapping, yeah man. And now look at him, divorced. He did another interview where he was saying like, I was the perfect guy that most women said that they wanted. And then at the end of the day, they left. If she is not with you for your day, when you're struggling and grinding and getting it through the mud, if she's not there, then she doesn't care about you. If she's not there with you and at least helping you or just around, let you know, yo, I'm still here, then she does not care about you. She just doesn't. And even still, there are some women who says, well, I can see that he's on his way to something, so I will stick around. Because a lot of times, because these ladies are smart, and then they'll wait a little bit. Okay, he's on, I'm gonna just wait a little bit. I want to be out in these streets again. I'm gonna divorce and take half this stuff that he built. But your best bet is to get with somebody who's with you when you are at your, not worst, but when you are still building. because they have an invested interest in you, especially if they actually help you build, which, let's be honest, that's not really happening these days.
You still have to have other intangibles. And I know a lot of people say, yo, you leading with money. That's your lifestyle. If you in the projects and you walk into work every single day, you're leading with whatever they see that at that moment. But if this is just normal, it's a normal Tuesday. That's just normal for you. And you got to remember, it's a certain level of respect. That will never happen. Look at everybody who got divorced in this rich status who was with their woman when they was broke. Nobody is, it's rarely anybody with that same woman when they was broke. And they all say the
A
same
woman's
exact
fault
things.
every
You
time.
look at me.
Actually, no.
Is
Look
Depending
at
on
me a
what
certain
age
way.
every
you're
time?
So, well, no. So if you're talking about older people, that would be either your Gen Xers and your
Denzel.
like your Denzels, your Judge Mathis. Unfortunately, I got to use them because he made it work. Older people. What's the black lady that's the actress, the famous actress and stuff, right?
Angela
Her
Bassett.
husband, her and her husband. Again, a lot, even
A
it's
lot
a
of
lot of these people. That's what I'm saying. So it's generational. So if we're talking older traditional things and so on and so forth, yeah, it's proof positive and evidence of that by a lot, by a long shot. The problem is the mentality that's changed with the modern women today compared to what it was of the olden days.
Mm-hmm.
You still have a better chance of the woman that's here, that's at least gonna be there for you in that time that she's there. She's helping you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Especially if you started out from nothing, she had to help you build.
Mm-hmm.
The woman just shows up with a pretty face and a pussy. That's all
Mm,
she's offering.
I
But
don't
what do
think
you
it's
need from a woman?
And
What do
they
you need
think
from
they
a woman when
deserve
you say help you
everything.
build? Because I believe a lot of this should be like whoever's in the passenger seat is who in the passenger seat on your way up. Like
But
if you were supposed to, if you was a man that was destined to get to a certain trajectory, you would have got there with or without that woman. You know what I'm
I
no, no,
saying?
believe
It's
that.
some
I
I
women
agree.
believe
that
that.
has certain intangibles that add on to your journey that make
Exactly.
you accelerate. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing exactly what you say. So I believe that it's important that a man has a woman that's supportive, support and genuine support, love, understanding, a person to talk to that you can confide in. All of those things are extremely important for a man, especially a man challenging to be great. You know what I'm saying? Be it financial or otherwise. Most great men, they say you have to have a great woman by your side. Now, again, I think as things progress, it gets a lot
And
harder
see,
and rarer to find those.
that's something I don't agree with. That to be a great man, you have to have a great woman by your side. I don't believe that, because if you're gonna say that, then you have to say the opposite as well. So when people say behind every great man is a great woman, do you have to say behind every asshole man is an asshole woman too? You can't just say women can only get the good credit and none of the bad stuff. You can't say that. And then if you're gonna say, for all these women who say, like, well, I built this man up, I did all of this other nonsense, then why aren't y'all doing it by yourselves? Why can't you do it by yourself? Because we can clearly see that's not happening. If you can build a man up, which I don't believe, because majority of women can't even raise children by themselves, but you're telling me you can take a grown man and build him into a man who can go out and earn all this money, but you can't do that for yourself? Two lesbians can't do that for each other? You know, you never see like these. If women were so amazing how they say, right, then lesbian couples would have the greatest amount of financial all around success. But they don't. They have the highest divorce rate, the highest domestic abuse, the highest amount of debt. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? So even with men not in the picture, they do worse overall.
Things. But again, even if we want to go with the biblical aspect of it, shout out to the hey God niggas, he who finds a wife finds a great thing, right?
Right
So, and
there.
again, we're only talking about the great or the good women. We're not talking about all women. We're talking about the ones that are actually in it for, like you said, that are in it for the right reasons. Now, I know that's going to be extremely few and far in between, but we
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
just discredit and throw those away and
Well,
say
no, it's
that,
gonna be
hey,
some good women.
yeah, you can't say that I'm just saying you're not gonna get a better bet. And this is a problem I had when, shout out RP Kevin Samuels, he will always say this. Man starts peaking, most men start peaking at the age 40 and so on and so forth. And I'm telling you, if you're a 40-year-old man, bro, and now you're getting the attention from the 20-year-olds and these women that you
Don't
got,
do it.
bro, that she's not there for you. Y'all got
Exactly.
nothing in common. She don't care about you. She wants the benefit she can give you. And hell, if she stick around long enough, she can get a life insurance policy or a good divorce package. So that's what I'm saying. If we start promoting this, saying, again, but I see where you're saying it too. It's really a 50-50
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
on either one.
It's a
I
50-50
So,
thing because you
yeah,
gotta still
exactly.
have
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
I
But
think you could.
I'm just saying you got for
Hold on real
those
quick.
that are good. My bad.
So I'm gonna go to Athena, but Poppy, let me ask you,
Let's get it.
Who you know will love you and appreciate you the most? The one when you have all the things you have, or the one who's building with you? Who do you
It's
The
Building.
know
one when I
possible
have
to
really?
every
find
the
both. It's
one
possible to find both.
the one
Building.
you talk about like me personally, right?
No. Let's you the same. Let's two people look just like you had the same things. No, don't have the same things. You
Okay.
have you're your full potential right now. You have everything. Let's say the other dude barely has. He has half. We'll say he has half. Right. Main thing I'm trying to ask you is how do you know when do you know when a woman really loves you the most? When you're building or when you already have everything? Is the question I'm asking you.
Women respect you most when you have everything. I've done the survey over 100,000 women, damn near every other week, and they always say the same thing. They were
Did he?
like, "Well, I respect it, man."
But did he say respect or love? Let me back it up a little bit because I think he said love. Respect and love are two completely different things.
Main thing I'm trying to ask you is how do you know when do you know when a woman really loves you the most? When you're building
He talking
or
about
when you
love.
already have everything? Is the question I'm asking you.
Women respect you most when you have everything. I've done the survey over 100,000 women, damn near every other week, and they always say the same thing. They were like, "Well, I respect a man that's already on his purpose. That's just
Right.
what God has. It's in the Bible and stating exactly what it is." Hey, God, you feel me? Like it's
Right.
stating exactly what it is. Like, yo, women respect men that's already on their purpose. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes. Not the
Nothing wrong with
and
that.
and guess what? And
No,
most of the
that's
time,
not.
it's not.
No,
It's
no,
not
no.
even
On
because of the
that's
actual.
what I said. He's on his no. You're already
Yeah.
the package. He's if she gets with the guy when he already has everything, you can't see if she really likes you. Most men, when they have everything, you don't know if the woman actually likes you. If she know you an NBA player, if she know you a millionaire, you don't know if she likes you. But if you're on your purpose and you're coming into fruition, then you go, hey man, my woman went me on the way up. Like I know she don't want me just because I'm only at the finish line. And I would have to still disagree with you, my brother, because the women
Okay.
are leaving the men even when they are the full package, and the women are still disrespecting the men even when they are the full package. Shout out to Aisha Curry. Even if you
Facts.
have it all, they still would.
Not only Aisha, shout out to Jada, Aisha, man, fill in the blank. Megan Good, she was still posting thirst traps. Sierra still twerking and dancing, being sexual on the car while she's married to this millionaire man who's a great ball player who took in her children. They're still doing it every single day. So the money isn't anything. It's just, women are just rebellious.
Respect you, they still would leave you. And the worst part of it, when you are at your full package, she expects more. She expects to do less. Most of these women now, when we have these conversations, they see two types of women. They see a traditional woman who they call a slave and that's oppressed, and they see a woman who the man gives her the leisure life. Most of these women say you're not a real man unless you give her the leisure life. If she has to do anything at all for you, maximum wise a responsibility, that's the problem why most women call good men boring, because they want excitement because it deflects from the point of what she needs to do. She wants the man to take her out. She wants the man to date her. She wants the man to finance a lifestyle. When she gets this man who has stability, where she's sitting in the house and she looks across from you and go, hey, this is the man I love, it's boring to her because she now has to do something for the man that she loves. So I have to disagree, my brother. Our old school mothers and grandmothers, they actually love the man who was right in front of them. They like cleaning for them. They like cooking for them. They like raising their kids for them. They like drying their clothes before the wash. Hey, Jazz, please don't do that. Before the washing machine, they literally had the washers. I watched my mama
Had to.
wash my father's clothes
Keyword, had
in a
to.
sink, put it outside like she washed
Had
our clothes.
to.
And to the day she left this
Of
earth,
course.
she loved going for her husband. So I say this again.
Ilkan
I would agree
spitting
Do
it.
with
you
you. I
do
would
you
agree
think?
with you if I didn't see so many women wanting the leisure life versus the slave life, which they call slave when they're maids and when they have to do something for a husband, my brother.
Oh boy.
What I've seen in Miami, bro, being here for a while, you know what I'm saying? And then, so I'm recently divorced. It gets to a point where, it's a difference when like it's a real man. Because I get how people look at rich people. They look at rich men as these corny ass dudes that don't call no shots, don't tell their women what to do. Somehow the women gonna be with them just for the money and this and that. Versus the man that willed this shit in reality. A man that willed this shit in reality is a man that can get any woman he wants and
Mhm.
chooses who to be his wife today, tomorrow, and the next day. You know what I'm saying? Versus, ah man, she only with this for this. Nah, niggas still got it going on. If you had it when you was broke, you're gonna have it when you were older.
So
It's some people that didn't have it
last
when it was
question.
younger. You know what I'm
Last
saying?
question. Last question. We'll go to Athena. Have
Gotcha.
you did everything ever for a woman and she still was unhappy and still found a way to leave you?
I say yes.
Oh my
Age though.
gosh.
Age matters. Age matters in my opinion. Like if
But
you get with somebody
It
at
doesn't.
22 years old, you take away everything off their plate at 22. That's a young-minded woman, a woman who never had to struggle, never understood what it was to actually balance checkbooks for real, because you had everything handled already. You know what I'm saying? Versus these older women, right? Especially, I ain't the type of nigga that's gonna date no 20-year-old. Shout out to my bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't finna go that young or whatever the case is. But when you're dealing with a more experienced woman, they respect everything that you come with,
No,
and they're
when
willing
you
to.
this is my take on this. When you're dealing with a woman that has been dogged out, she is gonna respect everything because she remembers where she has been. He said something else, but I can't remember. I'm not gonna go back. But yes, a woman that if you just give her everything, you give her everything you take you take the load off of her, man. She's gonna start to feel entitled. That is what and that is what happened to Papi Chulo, which is it's so ironic that he doesn't see it. She felt entitled, and I guarantee he's paying her some type of child support or alimony, or probably both.
Whatever the role that you position them in. That's what it is. Like me right now is positioning. Like, hey, you're gonna be an extension of my business. You're
Right.
gonna you're gonna work this part. You're gonna do this, and you're gonna do that.
Right.
And
But you
the
said
answer is always yes.
so you told us though if you established man, she would respect you. So can I ask you how old was it when your relationship deteriorated where you gave the woman everything? How
Yeah,
old was she? And she
30,
decided to leave and was unhappy.
34. That was an 11-year relationship.
So,
Is that a young woman?
oh my goodness,
It's a young woman.
I remember what I was gonna say. The age doesn't matter. Most women, just because they're older, doesn't mean that they're wiser. Majority of the time, men get wiser and smarter, and not all, but a majority of men get wiser and smarter because we have to live in the real world, and we have to navigate through the real world. So we can't live in this delusion that most women live in. So we have to become wiser. A lot of women peak maybe like around 17 or right out of college. Like they're thinking how they're irrational. It just stops. Now you do have a small percentage of women that are like, oh, like this is reality. I have to live in reality. I understand that I want these things, and it'll be great if I can have these things or this man or whatever. But how I am right now, maybe I'm just not everybody's cup of tea, or maybe I'm short, maybe I'm not that gorgeous, so I'm just gonna get a man who I'm on his level and vice versa. But I don't think just because a woman is older that she is wiser, because we see it all the time. Children just, I posted a video yesterday, women just acting like children, throwing temper tantrums when they don't get their way.
You're young-minded if you never had to struggle before. Remember, it's a two different type of women. It's women that had to be on their own. They had to get it on their own. They had to figure life out. They had to be single mothers for a time. They had to do all these things. But if you have a
They
man
never
that came in
grow.
your life when you're young, it's think about never leaving the house. It's gonna be some attachment to your childhood ways because you never left the porch. You never got out there for real. You went from mom's house to this man's house immediately. So it's a certain mindset that goes with this, right? Because that person is begging, knocking on the door. Yo, no, 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 no. You stay where you at because you had to go experience that outside, and that's just
So
what it is.
I'm not
Sometimes,
following what
boom,
he's talking about.
when you get with somebody now, it'll never be a downgrade. It'll never be a loss. It'll never be no separation no more. Because for one, like I was saying again, they respect you for who you are now, and I'm saying that based off of a shit ton of men that I know down here, and those women are doing any and everything for those men, and they're doing it. And most people say, well, they only doing it because you're rich. They only doing it
Correct. They're
because
putting
No,
on mask. Papi
no,
Chulo, they're putting on mask.
everybody say that,
woman,
right?
and
Because everybody's different, right? We
See,
all have different.
Papi Chulo is the type of man. He, even when I saw him a couple years ago bragging about the things that he did for his woman, I was like, one day she's gonna leave him, and I didn't wish that upon him. But I just saw that how he was. He's teetering between. He's teetering between being a simp. He really is. From based off of the things that he's saying, if he can't understand that these women are putting on the mask for these men in order to get what they want, or to enable to, because women will play the long game. Yeah, I'll do all this stuff. I'll do all of this stuff until that 10-year common law marriage kicks in, or until he marries me, or until I get pregnant. Then I don't have to do anything because the law says that he has to take care of me now. And for Papi Chulo to go through this and still not see it, him or his friends, is very. I see why most men, well not most, but a lot of men are in situations that they're in, especially with women, this isn't. You have to. He's not living in reality.
Personalities. Like most women
I
on
lived
here
in
would say, I'm the
Brickell. I
best
lived
woman.
in Brickell. I know those women. I have friends down there. I know what they do and I know what they want. And you guys thrive off of
Mm.
those women. I
What,
know
Oh.
those women.
what women?
Ego.
Hey,
What
one
women?
second. Both of y'all are in Miami, right?
No, pero I lived in Miami and I know those women and I know and Papi Chulo, pero you know already how those women are and that's why and if you got
He know,
money,
Oh
obviously.
then you already
God.
know what it is.
Oh no,
But that
we
doesn't make
avoid
that
we
doesn't mean
avoid
that
those
they
women.
respect you. That
We
means that
avoid
they
those
put
type
on
of
a
women.
mask. They put on a mask
Hey, La Bonita, are you single?
completely to
Are
get
you
you.
single? Are you single?
Who said that?
You,
Fatty?
Patty. Yes.
Yes, Fatty, I'm single.
Can I arrange a date with Papi? Like, would you go on a date
No,
with
I
Papi
wouldn't
Chulo?
date him. He's not my type.
But
Yeah,
the shit, but this let's
Not
do this right.
everything.
And no, like this is what I'm talking about, the brother, right? Brother, like say pineapple if you don't want to answer, because this was always what I wanted to ask you.
come on, pop it.
You sound like you had woman before you got money,
Always.
then you got the money. I see
Hmm.
you flexing your like your what you do for your daughter, which is good flexing in my opinion. You are putting her on game and all that. So
Here.
like, what will what will what would make a woman leave? If you have the cars, the houses, you are a good father, you have everything. If you're looking on paper, and you can again, you can say pineapple
No, I
if it's
got
too
you. I got you.
personal. Why
Now let's
would
do it.
that woman wake up one day and said, "I have the world, I'm out"?
Because they're
Like,
irrational.
how does
It's all
that
Women
about
are
how
make?
you grew up as
irrational
well.
creatures.
Everybody in my family's married. Nobody is married on that side. You know what I'm saying? So every answer for any type of recourse is leave. So if you hear that a million times, right? You hear that from people who want your spot as well. You gotta think about it. Like most people have never met a rich man before. Ever. Not a real rich man. Not nobody who can do $1 million days. Most people never met that before. So it's a thing when you actually meet it, that other person, those sides are trying their best to get whatever from that person. That's just how it goes. So remember, I always say, yo, how you was upbrung. Like if your mama not married, you know what I'm saying? If your grandmama was not married, if your aunties, your sisters, nobody is married in your family, you're not going to understand how to deal with issues. You're not going to understand your vows. You're not going to understand what you promised God. You just won't. So you can have the money and cars and clothes, but guess what? If all your friends never had it, who are you going to enjoy it with? Because now you're insecure based off of the other women that's around. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, I'm a type of dude that I can be talking on the phone with Nikki this day, Kim this day, this person right here. Obviously business. But if you're not at that level where you feel like you're at that level, you're gonna be insecure. You're gonna do this and that. It was easier. And plus, some people they vibe with a different spirit. Some women experiment, right? When I say that, it's like, damn, I'm really attracted to the broke nigga. I want to, because I feel like I can benefit, I can do more for the broke nigga than I can for the rich dude. You see what I'm saying? So
No,
it's
I
always
get so
different things.
No, I do agree with that. He was talking a lot of nonsense, but I do agree with that. I really think he hit the nail on the head. I don't think it's, he called it experimenting. I don't think it's experimenting when women say, I want to date the broke dude because I can do more for him. I think it is. A lot of women are insecure with being with a man that is on his purpose because they know if I'm with this man, I'm going to have to work harder and elevate myself in order to keep up with him. And I might not be able to do it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down here because this man who's elevating himself, he doesn't need me. So what I'm going to do to make myself feel better and more important and to feel needed, I'm going to go to the Pookie because he doesn't have a job, he doesn't have a car, he has no purpose with his life, and he's gonna think that I'm the greatest thing to ever come into his life because I at least have it somewhat put together. This is the woman thinking, I at least have it somewhat put together. So me being with him, I'm automatically gonna be viewed as the prize because he has nothing going on. And women will stick with that man, have that man's child, and do everything for that man because she does not want to elevate her own life or elevate her own self and do the work to become a better woman for the man who's on his purpose. That's just my opinion.
so
I feel like
what did she told you, and what do you think he was? Like, what did she told you he was? Because women say, ah, it's
Oh,
because
she
of
told me.
these, because like a woman who says it's because of this sock, but you kind of think
You know,
about it and you reverse engineer it, and you're like, I know she left me because of this. Like, what did she told you, and what did you actually think he was?
I believe it's exactly what she told because she always been a upfront person. She be like, yo, you too much. You too much now. Think about it, bro. We came from the projects. You know what I'm saying? The projects, gunshots
You
outside.
too much?
Too
What?
much. When
You're
I say
too
too much
much?
is, bro, I'm one of the I'm like him for real. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Okay, brother.
confidence as well. But you know, for a fact, when you have been in certain rooms where people, you're comfortable with certain people, but you're not, you know what I'm saying? You still get fanned out. You still do this and that. When you see, you know, these artists or whatever the case is, they ask me for help. When you see certain people that you grew up watching this, you get all, you know what I'm saying? And you realize, like, damn, this person too much for me. Look at these women right here. I don't compare to these women that's around my man. I can't do this and that. You know what I'm saying? And that's all about self-confidence. Every surgery, here you go, here you go. But when you get it down to the nitty-gritty and you say, yo, this just wasn't the life I wanted. I didn't want this life. I wanted a life where, you know what I'm saying, I can
Hell
have
no,
a
man. Hell no. Hell no. No. He's see, this is how I know he's on some simple shit. She wanted to be out in these streets. She didn't want to be married to you anymore. She wanted to be out here dating all these men because she see all these other women doing it. What does that mean? You're too much now. Being in the projects wasn't too much. Or it could be what I just said. She did not want to elevate herself. So it's easier for her to just leave and take half of your shit because you're a millionaire. It's easier for her to just leave instead of elevating herself to be with you. So she lies and gaslights you to make you think, oh, it's too, living this luxurious lifestyle is just too much. Said no woman ever. This guy, he's good guy, good-hearted guy, but he I don't know. He seems a little simpish to me, or a little green. Like those diamonds and everything don't mean shit to me, homie. Because what you're saying isn't really adding up.
it's here Monday through Friday and shit. I can't be here Monday through Friday. I'm over here
So
closing big ass deals.
she told you that her steak was too tender and her lobster was too buttery.
But guys, that's it for today's video. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button. Hit that like and subscribe. It costs you nothing. It's free. Just click it. I really appreciate it. If you want another good video, click this one on your top left or your top right, and I will see you on another one.